Hello, welcome back to Pinky Hooks. This is the finished corner to corner granny square color block blanket designed by Pinky Hooks, which is me. This idea I came up with in the summertime to create a playtime color block blanket for a toddler, but it actually turned out to be a full-size blanket. As you can see, this is a good size. It covers up my sofa, which is a 2-seat sofa, bigger than a love chair, so that you guys can kind of get the idea of just how large this blanket is. This whole entire blanket was done in a total of 9 squares. These squares use the corner to corner method. I then stitched them together. Each square totals out to be 16 by 16 in measurement. That's before you put the borders on. I chose these colors because chartreuse is one of my favorite colors, and that denim blue does play very well off the chartreuse. And then I used 2 color blocks or 2 blocks of white. The entire blanket was done using the Bernat blanket yarn, which is why it has a really plush look once you get up on it. So I'm going to take this angle from this side to avoid the shadows. And as you can see, using the corner to corner method, it already gives you texture whenever you use that method using a normal 4-ply yarn. But with the Bernat blanket yarn, being that it's so thick, it actually gives almost a whole entire different design, a different look once you've completed it. After I did each block, I then stitched it together again using Bernat blanket yarn using ivory. And I used ivory because I actually asked one of my subscribers, or some of my subscribers, what color should I join each block together in? And someone said ivory. And I think that was a good choice, because had I used white or any of the colors of the blocks, I don't think it would have came out with the same effect. We needed a neutral color to separate the blocks so that you actually looked at it and could really say, oh yeah, I can see the different blocking method in this blanket. The border is done simply once completely around in a single crochet, and then to get like that bobble effect that you see on the border right here was simply done using 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch you use a half double crochet. So that was done all the way around the blanket. This blanket is my pride and joy because I really didn't think that it would look this good. I started this whole entire project during the summertime. The blocks work up very quickly because you are using the Bernat blanket yarn. And because that yarn is so plush, it will go fast. The problem is that when it came time to stitching it, it pretty much took me half of a day, which I did it yesterday on Christmas Day. I stitched the whole entire blanket. So I am very happy with how this turned out. The ends does seem, you know, your border seems a little bit, how can I say, crookedy, if that's a word. And that's because I have not blocked this blanket yet. I normally will not block a blanket when I'm using Bernat baby blanket or a Bernat blanket yarn. I figure it will just kind of work itself out after you are using it. But this blanket turned out way better than I could have ever imagined. So with that being said, this weekend I will be doing a full tutorial on showing you how to do this. When I do the tutorial, I am basically showing you how to do the corner to corner method. I really think a lot of people like the corner to corner. Some people seem to be intimidated because of the decrease. For some reason, most people that I have come to, know on YouTube, they are telling me that they want to use the corner-to-corner blanket or the corner-to-corner method, but the decrease gets them every time. And I feel like they are missing out on a whole entire new world. Anyone who has done the corner-to-corner knows that it works up very quickly. The decreasing can be a little tricky in the very beginning, but it is not anything that you need to be super advanced for. So if you are interested in basically replicating this creation done by Pinky Hooks, please tune in this weekend. I will be putting up a notification for when that tutorial will be scheduled. And I think that you're really going to be surprised. Now, as you can see one more time, this is done with 9 squares. My squares measure out 16 by 16, but you don't have to make them that large. We will get more into detail during the tutorial. Again, you don't have to choose 3 different colors. I chose these colors, and actually I hadn't planned on how many blocks of each color I was going to make. I honestly thought when I was making this that I was going to have to do way more blocks, but something told me to start stitching them together, and by the time I finish adding the border, it would turn out to be a decent size. And as you can see, it is very much a decent size. This will do for a playtime blanket for your toddler, and it will do very nicely for an adult. So again, please join me this weekend. I look forward to showing you guys this creation that I've done. Again, I am calling this the corner-to-corner granny square color block blanket by Pinky Hooks. All right. I hope to see you guys soon. If you have any questions regarding like how much yarn you will need if you want to do the actual measurements, the replication of this blanket, even if it's in a different color, please leave your questions and comments below, and I will let you know the hook size, how much yarn it took, and any other questions you may have. So until this weekend or next time I see you guys, take care of yourselves, and that's it. Bye-bye.